Hey, welcome back to the land of the wombats. About 2 years ago, the guy that looks after all of the repairs and servicing for our machines died. So that was very unfortunate. And yeah, no, he was a bit of a not quite a friend, but more than an acquaintance. So and I'd known him for 14 years, so it was pretty rough. However, since that day, we've had to start looking after all of our own repairs for all of our machines, and we've got a lot of machines. So that's a bit of a issue, and I've had to learn a lot over the last couple of years. We've even built a small service pit. But one of the before the business closed up, one of the young blokes working there said, "Look, Chris, if you want to not bring your machines down here as often, make sure you run them every 2 months." And just for like 5 minutes, and it seemed like really good advice. The other thing he also said that fuel is going off a lot quicker than it used to. We find fuel that we purchase now goes off in about 30 to 60 days, and so we've been using various sorts of products, such as this fuel stabiliser, Starbill. I think it's actually made in the US. We're not promoting this product in particular, not getting any, certainly not getting any money for it, but I actually endorse using this sort of stuff because it keeps the fuel fresh for at least a year. Now we don't have a lot of troubles with our machines these days, and you know they they start mostly first pull. So I highly recommend you just follow that simple process. Start them every 2 months, run them for 5 minutes until they're warmed up, and add fuel stabilizer. If you do that, you resolve 90% of the problems. As I was saying, fuel stabilizer is really good if you've got small machines that sit around for months and months, even up to a year. I probably would turn the fuel tap off if it's sitting for a year because the carburetor doesn't like it. But if you've got a car, you're not going to need it because you're going to get through your tank in under a month, so it's a no-brainer. This is a 20-litre container of unleaded fuel. We call it petrol in Australia, but I think you guys call it gas in the US. And that's 5 gallons. This is all you need for the fuel stabilizer, I believe, is 2 fluid ounces or 60 mils. And that's basically that level in there. It's super easy to do. You just chuck it in. It really doesn't get any harder than that. And pour it in, and you do the metrics on the back, of course. Just give the bottle a squeeze and it fills up the little measuring container. Makes it super easy. As I said, I'm not getting a product placement for this. It's just, you really need this stuff when you've got small engines, because basically they will sit around for a while and fuel, I don't know what it is nowadays, but it does go off pretty quickly. And then once you've got this, just give it a bit of a shake. Just lost the nozzle there. Anyway, easy enough to put it back in. Yeah, and so that fuel will be right for the next 12 months or so. So it's really good. The other thing about doing your own repairs is that you save quite a lot of money. Strangely enough, it's actually been cheaper us buying oodles of spare parts, plus the tools to actually analyze some of the machines. So we had to do things like spark plug testers and compression testers and those sorts of things. Those are fairly cheap to purchase, and they're quite good quality. So if you're interested in saving some money, you've got a lot of machines to maintain, I'd definitely look into doing it yourself. One of the ways we try to save money is doing a lot of the minor repairs and servicing on all these sort of machines. Now, most of the machines I can handle all of the repairs and servicing on, but this particular machine is an absolute beast of a machine. It's a Japanese-built 21 horsepower low center of gravity mower, and as you'd imagine, it's Japanese, and yeah, so the blades are incredibly strong. I mean, that is a beast of a blade, and they're quite expensive. Now, I could get the guys the nearest repair place to actually service the machine, but it's a 4-hour drive. There's a $200 pickup and delivery charge if I get them to do it, and that doesn't include any labour. These blades are $300, so they're expensive, and this is an expensive machine. So one of the things you want to do is try and do as much on the machine you can to actually save some money. Now I've never actually replaced the blades on this machine myself, so let's go and find out how hard can it be. It's actually quite a simple machine. The blades are actually not held in by a bolt, they're held in by just like a bracket, and the centrifugal force just throws the blades outwards. So fortunately, or hopefully, they never fall off, but you never know. So this arm opens up, and there's your blade down there. Now that's destroyed. This is the replacement blade. Yeah, I think that one's finished. So we'll try and take that out. I'll just give it a little bit of lube. A bit of WD-40 is good to, get things sorted. So it comes out that way and goes back that way, goes out that way. And that's it. How quick is that? And that blade, that's toast. Like, we're not going to use that. That's actually going to end up in the scrap pile for metal, which we take down and get recycled, because I know it's going to be done. Interestingly enough, the washer that's underneath it is completely gone. Generally, these blades, they're pretty strong, and they won't get damaged if they hit trees, like even up to like a tree, like sort of an inch sort of thickness. It'll just cut it straight off. Super strong blades. When it does get damaged is if it hits rocks, and this edge can be sharpened up with an angle grinder. So to put it back in, we get it back in and slide it down there, turn it round. I can't remember which way it went. Here we go. There we go. And how's that? That is super easy. I love that. Now the good thing about this, it's a swing blade, so if you do hit a rock, it'll actually knock back, so it won't actually do as much damage to the blade as if it was fixed in place. And it's designed to actually swing like that. And we'll just keep it a bit cleaner. So, and also make sure to give it a bit of a sharpen in future. So we'll keep a closer eye on it. As you can see, there's a bit of dirt under there too. We've not been aware that we need to clean that join, but now we know. We'll be onto it. And you can see there's a deck washer. So at the end of every use, we give the underside of the deck a bit of a wash too, so that it just keeps everything underneath quite clean. Soil and grass like that, it's very acidic, so it's tough on metal, and it'll actually probably corrode it over time. I'm sure this is tough stuff, but even the toughest metals will eventually pack it in. Another part of regular maintenance is actually greasing all the different points on all the different points on the machines. Now, the instruction manual generally comes with like a list of all the different things you've got to do, but you have to find all the grease nipples. And I'm a bit of an older fella now, so I used manual grease guns for years, and they're hard work. So nowadays, gone for the electric. This machine is a beast, and I love it. So makes my life a lot easier. So all you have to do is connect up the end to the grease nipple and then give it a squeeze. Then you have a check, just make sure it's going in, which it is. And it's been about a year and a half longer than what we actually needed to do it, so it's taking a fair bit of grease. Anyway, you can sort of hear, it's very hard when that machine's going to hear it, but you can actually hear a sort of crackling sound when the grease has gone into the joint, and it's done. So all you do, whiz around, find all the different grease nipples, look at the manual, just give it a go. No worries. Thanks very much for watching.